Hey everyone, Professor Baldwin here. So I have another question that's been stumping people. Solve and check 2b squared plus 3b minus 2 equals 0. Well, since our polynomial has everything on the left-hand side and it's equal to 0 on the right, we can just go ahead and start factoring. So remember, first you want to check, is there a GCF? No, because 2, 3, and negative 2 don't have any factors in common. So we're going to use the key number method instead. So a times c and b. So a times c is 2 times negative 2 or negative 4. And our b value is 3. So we need to find the two numbers that multiply to negative 4 but also add to 3. And those numbers would be 4 and negative 1, right? Because 4 minus 1 is 3. So remember, these two numbers tell us how to rewrite this middle term. So we rewrite that polynomial as 2b squared plus 4b minus 1b minus 2 equals 0. And now that we have four terms on the left, we're going to factor by grouping. So our first two terms, we can factor out 2b, and we're left with b plus 2. And then we look at our last two terms. We want to be able to factor out a b plus 2. And the only way to do that is to factor out a negative 1. And this is still equal to 0. So now we factor out that binomial they have in common, b plus 2, and the remaining binomial is 2b minus 1 equals 0. And then using the zero product property, we know that to solve, either b plus 2 equals 0 or 2b minus 1 equals 0. So we have to solve each of those. So b plus 2 equals 0, subtract 2 from both sides, and we get that b equals negative 2. And for 2b minus 1 equals 0, we'll add the 1. So we have 2b equals 1. Then we need to divide by 2. So b equals 1/2. Then the last step is to check. So we need to take our original polynomial, 2b squared plus 3b minus 2 equals 0, and check each of these values separately and see if they are indeed solutions. So we'll start with b equals negative 2. So our check would be 2 times negative 2 squared plus 3 times negative 2 minus 2 equals 0. So we have 2. Negative 2 squared is 4. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Minus 2 equals 0. So 2 times 4 is 8. So we have 8 minus 6 minus 2 equals 0. Well, 8 minus 6 is 2, and we subtract 2. So we get 0 equals 0. That checks. So we know that b equals negative 2 is a solution. So now we need to check b equals 1/2. So we have 2 times 1/2 squared plus 3 times 1/2 minus 2 equals 0. 1/2 squared is 1/4. And 3 times 1/2 is 3/2. Then we do 2 times 1/4, which is 2/4, plus 3/2 minus 2. Does that equal 0? Okay, let's simplify the 2/4. 2/4 is actually 1/2. So we have 1/2 plus 3/2 minus 2 equals 0. Well, 1/2 plus 3/2 is 4/2. And 4/2 simplifies to 2, so 2 minus 2 equals 0. So that also checks. So this tells us that b equals 1/2 is also an answer. So our answers here are b equals -2 or 1/2.